Hello and welcome to Greedy MTG. So today since drafts take a long time, today I'll be playing at 2x speed and narrating for it. Really excited to do this Power Cube draft because I think they're very fun. And let's see if I open anything good. Okay, there's a Vamp Tutor. Oh, there is a Man Crypt that is amazing. Wow, that is one of the best pieces of power. There's Mishra's Workshop, Vamp Tutor, and Grim Monolith, and Veil Push. But Snap taking that Man Crypt, one of the best cards in Cube, maybe like 4th best, so not complaining. Okay, in this pack, there's Archon Cruelty for Animation, Memory Lapse, Birds of Paradise, and Raphaelos, Meticulous Archive, a couple of lands, Lorien Revealed, Fire Covenant, and Stock Up. I think I'll just take Stock Up because it's amazing with the Man Crypt. I can go turn 1 Island, Man Crypt, Stock Up, and that's just busted. There's Necromancy, a Grief, but really not much. I think I'll just take a Necromancy in this pack because there's almost nothing else, and just to keep the possibility of going into Reanimation open. It's really between that and the Grief, but I think I like the Necromancy as a speculative pick, and now there is an Emperor Bones to go with the Necromancy. There's Tamio if I opened Time Walk, and there's Evora and Hymn to Torok and a couple of lands, but I think I'll just take Library of Alexandria because that's one of the lands that if you're on the draw, you play it can just win you the game by itself. Now there's a Sculling Tarn, which I'll probably be taking. Tears Under, a couple of good lands like Abandoned Air Temple, Shifting Woodland, Lelia, and some other cards. But I'm just snap taking Sculling Tarn because I'll be some type of blue deck most likely, and just so good. Here there's Parallax Wave, which I'll be taking. Not much else. It's just a busted card. And it's a lot better than all the other cards in the pack. Now there's Seismic Sense. It's interesting they have that in the cube. Grimwaldmancer, Celestial Colonnade, and some other lands, but I'll take Celestial because the most likely combinations is Aureus for me. And now there's Pest Infestation, Scythe Cub for some green cards, but I'll take Fairy Mastermind. I really like that card. I think it can usually draw you a lot of cards in this cube. And this is a pretty good start. I have Man Crypt as an amazing piece of power. Sculling Tarn is a really good fixer. Celestial Colonnade as a very good land. Library of Alexandria is a land that can win by itself. Then there's Parallax Wave as a busted white card. Necromancy is good reanimation card. Stock Up and Fairy Mastermind. Now Mishra's Workshop Wield. I will be taking that because it is just a busted card. There's not much else in the pack, and it is insane in the artifacts deck. So I'll just keep that direction open, and if I see a lot of good artifacts, I might do that. Raphaelos Wield, so that means green is very open. There's all Wara and Meticulous Archive, but I think I'll take Meticulous Archive because I'm most likely going to be Azorius given the start, even though all Wara, it goes in a blue deck. Now I'll take Plantier of Orthanc because it's busted with Mishra's Workshop in case I go down that route. And that is a very late Evora. I will take that, but I assume I'm not playing that. And that is also an incredibly late Lelia. That's busted, and I'll put Evora in the main deck now. It looks like red's really open. I'll just take Ketrio Chiam. Last pick, Grimwaldmancer is also pretty crazy. That's a busted card. Okay, there's Bone Shards to go with Necromancy as a good discard spell and removal spell. Skull Clamp for my deck if I'm going aggro, Certain Scolding as a counter spell. There's Vaginal Cup and Titania for a green deck, Atroxa and Torstin for the Necromancy, but there is Bomba, Broadside Bombardiers is busted, and I'll be taking that here. It can just win games by itself. Gristlebrand is good with the Necromancy, but I'm not going down that route. There's Chromatic Vesta, Iteration, and Fiery Confluence, but I'll just take the Fiery Confluence because I think it's just really good in any red deck. Especially since there's so many artifacts in the format, it can destroy a lot of them. And, they're really powerful, too. Now it looks like I'm probably going down some type of Izzet path. Okay. Now there's Trinket Mage for the Mon Crypt. There's some lands. There's 6. There's Time Spiral for some type of Storm deck. There's Nia, which I think I'll take just as a cheap red creature. And it looks like red's incredibly open. And I'll be red X, probably red-blue. But I do have that Parallax Wave seen in the side, and there is a Flage here. That is a busted card. Flage is 3-1 Lightning Helix, but then it could come back as a 6-6. That Lightning Helix is when it enters. And speaking of Lightning Helix, oh my god, there's a Lightning Helix in this pack. Yeah, I might be doing Boros or Jeskai. Wow, that's a really late pivot. I was thinking Azorius or, I started in the draft thinking Mono Blue or Blue X. And then I got a couple of white cards I'm thinking Azorius. And then I got a ton of red. And now I might be making a the pivot to Boros or Jeskai. Oh my god, there's a Tolarian Academy. That is kind of insane. There's also Fudge Trained and One Ring. Tolarian Academy, if I wanted to go down Artifacts route with Mishra's Workshop, would have been insane. But I'm just going to take the Fudge Train, so if I get any Boros, it's just good in Jeskai, and if I get in Boros Shockland, it is great. NT, Bomat Courier, I'm getting some good cheap creatures here. Now there's not much for me. I guess I'll take a Thalia over a Joshua, because I don't have that many non-creature spells. And I'll take Sunbill Verge. Oh, no, there's Nova Hellkite, Sunbill Verge, and Iteration. Sunbill Verge Iteration. Actually, yeah. I think I'll just take the Iteration here and take... That's a Showdown Scalds and an Elegant Parlor. Okay, I'll take the Showdown. Yeah, this Boros deck or Jeskai deck is really coming together. Now I'll take Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, I mean... It's crazy, it's pivot, because I started thinking Blue X, and now I might just end up going Boros. Oh my god, I pulled Mox Ruby. Okay, Moncrypt and Mox Ruby, this is kind of insane. Well, that incentivizes me to be playing a heavy red deck, which I will be doing anyway, given the start. But now, like, I could be Jeskai, but I only have 3 blue cards, so there's a very good chance I just go Boros, which is kind of insane. Okay, there's Rogavon here, very busted card. Adeline, Probable, some other cards I hope to wheel, but that is a Snap Take Rogavon. That is one of the best 1-drops in the format, and now there's a Hole Breacher for Blue Path, Pyrogoyf, and Tursa. So it's really between... There's some other cards, but it really doesn't matter. It's between Pyrogoyf and Hole Breacher. I think there's similar power level, but I'll take Pyrogoyf because I think it, for one, is slightly stronger, and for two, I'm not necessarily taking blue, which is kind of crazy. Okay, now it's back to small series. Swiss Spear, Suplex, Third Path Iconoclast, and Pyrokinesis plus Montide, but I think I'll take Pyrokinesis because that card's just kind of insane. And here there's a Screaming Nemesis, Hellrider, and Spell Pierce. But again, I just don't think I'm necessarily playing blue, so I'll just take Screaming Nemesis. Yeah, I think I just move these blue cards to a sideboard, and I have 17 playable, so after taking Screaming, I have 18 Boros cards. Okay, now there's a Galvanic Discharge, that's very strong, and now I'm up to 19, and that is a extremely late comment. Oh my god, I want the Inspiring Vantage, but that is insane. That is one of the most busted cards in the whole format. That isn't power. It's just one of the 4 mono cards that can easily win you a game. And it's also busted with Moncrypt. Here, I'll just take Ghostfire Slice as a nice card. But, yeah, it's crazy. And there's a Flame Slash as busted removal spell, too. And Adeline on the wheel. Wow. And this deck's coming together. I have 23 cards now. And it's really streamlined. Okay, there's a Tursa, too. And on the wheel, a Third Path and Monastery. I'm not playing any of those. But that's insane. Wow. I thought I was 100% playing blue, but now I kind of just made the pivot into a Boros deck, and that's not the direction I wanted to go when I started the draft, but looks like this deck might be good. Yeah, I'll put these blue cards on the side and see how the deck would look with them, but it really doesn't look like I need them. They don't seem great. Yeah, this Boros deck looks kind of amazing. Let's see, yeah, I have 17 lands, so I can cut 2 of them, because I have the Mox Ruby and the Moncrypt, and the Moncrypt's pretty low. I'll cut the Bomat as my last card, because I don't think it's great, and let's start this. Oh my god, this deck looks amazing. Not only was it insanely late pivot, but it also looks like an amazing deck. Okay, I'll keep this hand, I think. Has Broadside... Oh, actually, yeah. I think I'll mulligan because I don't have much, but yeah, I'll keep this hand and bomb the March and just hope I draw some white sources. It's not a great hand, but I have the Lelia to get me some stuff, and if I draw some white sources, I'll have Lightning Helix and Adeline, so that's good. Okay, Cracked Skull and Turn for red source, and that was Parallax Wave off the top. That is really bad, even though it's a busted card. I really just want another white source here. They play Fiery Eyelet and pass. I'll play a Lelia, and that was a Pyrogoyf off the top. If I don't draw any land or white source, I might just be screwed here. Okay, I got a Bomba, which is a 3-drop that I kind of wanted. A white source would have been probably better, but that really hurts to see going. And Now if they kill my Lelia, I almost have nothing. I need to draw something here. Because Lelia is all I got, because my hand has Lightning Helix, but it looks like there's some type of, is it control deck in Pyroglyph, but that's like a 0-1 or a 1-2 right now. The opponent's thinking really hard. I don't know why, but they're thinking hard. And they're just, I don't know if they're stalling. I think they might just be stalling, but I'm not sure. Are they salty? Yeah, I think they're salty. They passed the turn. Okay. Come on, don't do this to me. Come on. Yep, they're salty from the looks of it. I literally cast a turn 3 Lelio. Why are you salty? Come on. Wow, okay. They passed the turn and I didn't get a land, but now, they look salty because they just passed the turn and that's their third timer that went off. And if this timer goes off, I think they just concede. I'm not sure how it works, but I think that's how it works. Yeah, that's just third timer and they conceded, so. I mean, that was a free win. I'm not sure if I would have won if they didn't do that, but it was annoying, but I probably would have lost if I didn't do it, so it's free win. Actually, I think I will add another white source, question mark. Well, it's 7 and 7 plus, I don't know, Mox Ruby. I guess I'll keep it the same. It's weird because I have a lot of red cards in deck, but I have a couple of, a lot of double white cards and no double red cards, so not sure what to do. But I guess I would just keep it the same and hope I don't have mono problems. Okay. Okie dokie. Busted hand. Okay, oh no! That's super good. I'm mulling to 5, I think. Yeah, I have to mull 5 now. But Briary Confluence for sure. Now it's between Adeline and Bomba. I think I'll bomb Bomba, sadly, even though it's a busted card. Maybe a Plains. Yeah, Bomba. Sag. So now I'll play, but this is an incredibly strong start. Turn 1, Plains, Mox Ruby, Thalia. I know it's a mull 5, but this is insane. And that was top deck Dragball. Now I play Adeline, attack with Thalia, and get a 1-1. Okay, this is a pretty sick draw. And now they'll play 2 mana Flame Slash. By top deck Lelia. If I can get a mountain here, which I did, that is insane. I've emptied my hand, but look at this board. Amped Raptor, they're spinning into a Carnosaur, which I can't cast. Oh my god. Okay, now I get attacked with the Lelia. Wow. And I guess I'll attack with Thalia too. And I hit Showdown with the Scalds. They're chumping Lelia. Does that mean they have a board wipe? I feel like that means they have a board wipe. I'll now play the Mountain and play Showdown with Scalds. Exile top 4 and okay, I hit Pyroglyph, a Flame Slash, and a Nia. Well, a Mountain, a Flame Slash, Pyroglyph, and Nia, and that was pretty insane. Those were some sick hits. Because next turn I play Pyroglyph, Mountain, Pyroglyph, Flame Slash, or Mountain, Pyroglyph, Nia, and either of those will probably kill opponent, even if they have some type of board wipe. And if they have a board wipe, it'll have to be like a Toxic Deluge, which will get them down to 4 life, and the Pyroglyph would kill them. Okay, they play Pyroglyph, but it didn't kill my Lelia, and for some reason dealt damage to it. But yeah, that's fine. I'll just Flame Slash with Pyroglyph and put counter on the human, and they concede. So yeah, that was just, I mulled to 5 on the play, but I had a busted hand, and that's kind of what Boros can do. It just sometimes gets busted hands, and it can really win really quickly. So the first hand was really sad because if I had Flood Strand and a Plane, so I had no red source because I didn't have a Boros Shockland, and I would have been able to get turn 2 Comet, which is almost unbeatable if they can't counter it, but I didn't have the second red source, so I had to mull again because I just could cast nothing. I will keep this hand even though it's basically 5 lands, 3 Plains, Mana Crypt, and Mox Ruby, because those are just set so fast acceleration, and I have Pyrokinesis. Wow, Mox Diamond, Mox Jet, Mox Pearl, 3 Moxes into a Ursa? That's a scary start. I mean, they have 0 cards in hand on turn 1, but that is a scary start. I think I top decked Flame Slash, so I think I'll just play Mox Ruby and Flame Slash the Construct or the Urza? I'm not sure. I'll Flame Slash, I think the Construct, because it puts so much pressure on me. I think the Urza isn't that scary when older artifacts or older artifacts tap from on it anyway. So I think, yeah, I just Flame Slash the Construct, play a Plains, and just pass the turn. So what they top deck? They top decked a Tireless Tracker, which is kind of scary. Okay, I top decked a Wailea. That's good. I think I'll play Mana Crypt and play Wailea. Then I'll go combat and attack with Wailea. See why exile a Ghost Fire Slice, which I can't cast. I think I'll now kill Tireless Tracker because it's... Yeah, I'll kill Tireless Tracker with Pyrokinesis because I think my Wailea kind of just beats them by itself. And if I can continue to get hits, and they're not drawing cards because of Tireless Tracker being gone, so now I have a card drawn. They don't, and that was a top-decked Showdown of the Skulls, which I actually don't think I'll cast because of Wailea. I exile Plains with Wailea, so it's not bad. I guess I'll play Plains. Oh, I shouldn't play the Plains in case I get, like, Mountain. Oh, I did get Mountain and a bunch of red cards. Wow, ultra punished. And they hit a Tameo. Okay, well, I might kill myself this game. Yeah, no, playing that Plains is really bad. I could lose because of that, for sure. They said Solitude. Okay, they have a Echo of Eons in the graveyard. Took 3. Oh my god, I would have been able to cast 2 more spells. Now it's between Fiery Confluence and Flage. Plus Grim. Questions, do I go to combat before I choose? And I think the answer is no. Yeah, I'll just go to combat and Wailea will attack Tameo, I think. Yeah. Oh, I exiled Inti. That is unfortunate. Okay, now I can only cast 1 card. That's bad. I think I just Fiery Confluence away the 3 Moxes. But this is looking bad. I lose 3 busted cards, or 3 good cards, and the last thing I'm left with is literally just a Wailea. So if they can get rid of the Wailea, I'm screwed because they have a Tameo left and I have nothing. Wow, that was a huge punt. It might cost me a game. Oh, they top decked Oko, and that can elk my Wailea. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's bad for me. They activate Tameo, and let's see what the name. So they're like Bant Super Friends. That kind of makes sense with Wall Moxes, and Tameo makes me think they have Time Walk. Oh, they named Show and Tell. That's interesting. Oh, and I drew the Fudge Grand. That's awkward. I guess the Wailea will just attack with Tameo. And I just play Mountain Pass. That's really bad. Yeah, I might lose. Okay, the Echo of Eons. That's good for me. And I have a full hand, and yeah, that was really good for me. They play Mox Pearl and a Mox Jet. That's not as good for me. Okay, what are they doing? Are they elking my Man Crypt or my Mox Ruby? Or making it food? Oh, they're elking their Mox Jet. Their own Mox Jet. Okay, I might be able to win here. Okay, I'll play a Mountain. Yeah, I'll play Tersa first to see what I can find. I'll discard a Mountain and Sculling Torrent, and I drew Lightning Helix. Oh my god, it's Lightning Helix, and I think that's lethal, because now I get a Lightning Helix, Mox Jet, play Screaming Nemesis, and swing for lethal? Okay. I was 1 more off from Parallax Wave. Wow, I almost cost myself that game by playing that Plains before the Saga, but 3-0, and the stick's feeling amazing, even though I have land problems, still feeling pretty amazing. And this hand has turn 1 Screaming Nemesis. Oh my god, I got Mox Ruby, Man Crypt, Mox Ruby and Man Crypt again, but this is not a great hand. Yeah, again, this isn't a great hand. It just got Man Crypt. Oh, they played Ancestral. Okay. Yeah, I just got Thalia in it, and now they can Phyrexian Revoker my Mana Crypt. Oh, I drew Comet? Okay, I'll swing for 3, but that Revoker was huge. They would have just died if that Comet resolved, and I think I don't play Thalia, because next turn I can play Comet. Okay, they play Mox Pearl and they just pass. That's totally not suspicious or anything. In that case, I think I just play instead of playing Comet, yeah, I think I just play Thalia and Ragavan, because I drew Ragavan, and next turn I still have the mono play Comet. No, go Comet, swim for 3, and looks like they might have nothing. Yeah, I'll just play Ragavan here. Oh, they plain cycle a Timeless Dragon, and they can cast that, or they can eternalize that to make it a 4/4. Okay, it's not bad. I lost 3 straight mana crypt flips. That's bad luck. Okay, I'll play land, and I guess I'll just play Comet. And let's see. Oh, hit a 6. Wow, that's insane. Oh, I hit a 3. That's literally a whiff. Okay, another 6. And a 2. I get some squirrels. I have another flip. Okay, so that was an interesting flip. So Comet 6 is the best one because you get 2 extra abilities. Okay, they play Graveyard Trespasser, which I assume will X out nothing. But 3 is actually, it's one of the worst ones because it gets something back from Graveyard. But I had nothing in my Graveyard. Wow, did I just miss on every single man crypt flip? That's kind of insane, but I think I did. Okay, I'll play the March before I activate in case I get an R3, and I hit a 1 and get a couple squirrels. And now the question is, what do I do now? I could see ult attacking it. I think I ult attack because they don't have great blocks. Yeah, they just lose. Yeah, if they had something, they don't have great blocks. But if they didn't have anything, they're just dead. And 4-0, wow, this deck's really performing. And wow, this deck's truly a beauty other than the lands. Like, 2 fetch lands are very awkward. Okay, this is another hand that's like, okay, I'll keep it, but I need white mana so I can cast that Comet. I've turned to Lelia. Okay, they have Mox Ruby too. It's kind of suspicious that they play Mox Ruby in past. They might have like a counter spell. Now I'll play my own Mox Ruby, a Mountain, and a Lelia, which play Memory Lapse. Yep, I was right. This is a 2-mana counter spell. Okay, they play Roger and Trio in past, so I assume that means they have a counterspell up, but it don't look like they do. And off of Lelia, I hit a Man Crypt, and now I get to literally play Ragvan in the Mon Crypt, and they win to abandon my Lelia, which is good for them, but it's also awful for them. It's going to lose them the game because of my Comet. Now I can play Comet off the plains, which I didn't have before. Okay, I lost the Man Crypt flip, but now I get to play Comet, and I think they might have just lost themselves the game by doing that. Okay, I hit one of the worst modes, which says deals... Okay, I got Image, but I don't think I can copy Rockfall because it's legendary, so I'll just pass. It says deals damage equal to its loyalty to any target, and it then -2. So that's one of the worst modes to hit, but it's still not bad. It did 5 damage to them, so they're down to 10. And I have Adeline in hand and Pyrokinesis ready to go. They touch Spirit Realm, but that can only hit creatures, so I kill a Rock Bomb. And they pass. Okay, I missed on another Man Crypt flip, but now I'll use Comet, and that deals 3 to them, because I got the -2/1 again. I'll play Bombardiers, and now I'll play Adeline. And I'll go Combat Swim for 2 with the Bombardiers. And get another 1/1. They're at 4, and I think I just both sacrifice the Adeline to kill them. Unless they have something that kills them. And yeah, they don't have anything, and that is GG's. Wow. I'm pretty sure I'm 5-0 now. Despite having really bad land problems. Yeah, I'm 5-0. That's kind of insane. Okay. Well, let's keep it going, I guess. See, all I'm asking for is a hand with white source, untapped white source, so like a plains, a Mox Ruby, a Mana Crypt, and a Comet. You know, turn 1 Comet, nothing unreasonable here. I'm asking for a reasonable hand, you see? Okay. See, and this hand actually has both colors of mana. That's kind of insane. I only have 1 red source for this Fiery Confluence, but that's fine. I'll go Mountain, Grim Lavamancer. They play Windswept Teeth, and I drew a Mana Crypt. Wow, okay. Okay, and now with that, I'll play Man Crypt and play Turson now, and discard a Flood Strand, and play it plains and swim for 4. Okay. They cracked the windswept teeth. I assume they have swords. Oh, they got Savannah, but they didn't have any interaction, and they're at 15 now. Mancrypt actually didn't hit me for 3. That's insane. Okay, but now I have a handful of removal spells, and I can't even cast Fiery Confluence. Okay, they play Day Judgment. They're down to 9. Okay, I missed on another Mancrypt flip, and that's Plains, not Mountain. Okay, their Ancient Tomb is hitting them for a lot. They're down to 7. Okay. Now I have that out. It's called Fiery Confluence. All I need to do is draw a red source for Fiery Confluence, and then 5. Fine. Okay, they reprieve my Galvanic Discharge. In that case, I'll just X3 the March of Otherworldly Light, because I don't really have much else to do with Maw. Any red sources, guys? Nope. Okay, I drew Thalia. That's a clock. And they play Verdant Catacombs. They play a Steel Seraph. And they pass to combat, no attacks, and pass. Okay, I'll just Galvanic Discharge the Steel Seraph. I'm fine even if they can counter it because I have a Flame Slash in hand. And, okay, I lost another Mancrypt flip. I guess I'll play Adeline here. Swing for 3 damage. Okay, they're down to 4 life. This Fiery Confluence is 100% lethal. Do they have a board wipe? If they have a board wipe, they're still in it because I'm not drawing red sorcerer's Fiery Confluence. And this Mancrypt is losing a lot. Okay, that's not a board wipe, but it's a Parallax Wave, which is equivalent to a board wipe. And they're down to 1 life because the Thalia made them pay 5 and they had to tap the Mancrypt, but they got rid of my whole board. It's going to be 3 turns until that goes off. Okay, I drew a Library of Alexandria, which is the worst possible land because it's not even close to going off, and I need the Fiery Confluence's second red source. Okay, I guess I'll give them a forest and exile the Wandering Emperor because that theoretically can gain them some life. I just literally need any red source. Oh my god, it's Lightning Helix. Okay, I top deck Lightning Helix. That is GG's, and they decide to go out on their own terms by dealing 2 damage to himself with their Ancient Tomb. And now I'm 6-0 on the verge of on a flawless victory. Now, that'd be insane flawless victory. Okay, final boss time, hopefully. And this hand has no power, but has both colors of mana, so I'll keep it at March of Otherworldly Light. I have Evora, Adeline, Nia, and Lightning Helix. Lead on Plains and pass, leaving out the March of Otherworldly Light. But I don't think I really want to exile anything with it, to kill their Bomat Courier, so I'll just let it go in. And now I'll just play Mountain and Evora. Drawing the second Plains was very good, because now I can play Adeline on 3. They attack with Bomat. I'm not blocking. They leave up 2 mana, which is suspicious. I'll just play the Adeline and hope they don't have a removal spell. Okay, they Pyrokinesis it. So, yeah, that's a removal spell, but at least it was 2 for 1. They X out a Fabled Mirror Breaker from the look of it. And, okay, Mountain would be good here. They Burst Lightning my Evora before I can untap with the Blood tokens, and that's a big Bomat Courier. 3 cards, and they just discard their hand of a bunch of 2 mountains from the look of it, and drew 3 cards. But I drew a Lelia, and I got a mountain off it, so that's great. Okay, they play Screaming Nemesis, but I don't really care about that because I have the March of Otherworldly Light. But that's not very mana efficient, so I think, or it's just not very efficient because so I'll just play Pyroglyph, which I top decked. Skittle 5/6 that burned them for 5. They're down to 11, and now I think I March of Otherworldly Light, and I'll exile the Lightning Helix, I think. And now I get to go combat and swing for 5. They're down to 6, and now I'll play Nia. Hit Library of Alexandria, and please tell me. Okay, they went Mountain FOMO. Okay, they have 1 redraw to get them out of it. They just passed, so I assume either they drew a land in or they're just bluffing. It could be a removal spell too, but killing their FOMO with Pyrokinesis is GG's because even though they had Galvanic Blast, I grew the Pyroglyph 1 more because of FOMO being an enchantment, and that's lethal by itself. And that is a clean 7-0 flawless victory. And let's take a look at this beautiful deck. Okay, there's Sculling Tarn, and the worst part of the deck was definitely Flood Treant and Sculling Tarn, which were just like bad. I just had really bad Mon because I didn't have a single Boros Shock. No fixing. I have Mox Ruby Man Crypt, which is amazing, and I have a lot of removal. Just a ton of removal. Very cool. They have a couple 1-drops, couple 2-drops, a lot of 3-drops, and just really high power level cards. In general, I have a pretty good curve, other than I wish I had more 2-drops and less 3-drops, but I have a ton of big bombs that can kind of win the game by themselves. I have good Mon. I have a lot of good acceleration, and it's just a busted deck. I think it's maybe going to be the best deck I ever draft in Powered Cube. See you next time on Greedy MTG.